Hello everyone. In today's class we are going to be cooking Isi Ewu. Okay? All right, so if you're joining us today, we're going to be making Isi Ewu. So the recipe is Isi Ewu goat head, and we're going to be cooking in this kitchen today. Let's cook together. So I'm going to be introducing my ingredients today, and the main ingredient for this recipe is goat head. Look at it, Isi Ewu. And number one is goat head. We have goat head. So I'm going to go ahead to start making my goat head, cooking my goat head while I introduce the rest of the ingredients, okay? That way, when we are introducing the ingredients, the goat head will be cooking, the Isiewu will be cooking. And I'm going to use my pressure cooker because if I start cooking it on stovetop is going to take like 45 minutes to an hour to cook. I want it to be tender and I want it to be quick enough. So I'm going to cook it in my pressure cooker. That way it will get done as fast as we want it, as quick as possible. Let me go cook this. Okay, so I've started making my Isiewu. I've started cooking it in my pressure cooker, and that is the goat head. That's the chief ingredient for this recipe. So now it's going to start cooking, and I set it up for 30 minutes. That way it's gonna be tender. Okay, we don't want it too chewy. We also don't want it soggy, so I just set it for 30 minutes. So while that is going on, I want to be introducing the rest of the ingredients, right? So in the Isiewu that is cooking right now, I added pepper. So this is what I'm using, the pepper I'm using. You can use any pepper of your choice. You can use Cameroon pepper or Ghana pepper, as we call it, the dry one. You can use dry pepper, you can use fresh pepper. So I'm using habanero, the yellow habanero. I also to what I'm cooking right now, to the Isiewu that I'm cooking, I added onion, chopped onion. You can blend your onion. It depends on what you want. You can blend your onion, you can chop it. So the pepper, the onion, the seasoning cube. So here I have Maggi crayfish. I also have Knorr cube. You can use anyone, Star, Royco, Onga. It depends on your choice. So that is for the one that I'm boiling, okay? So I want to start talking about these ingredients one at a time. So we all know the benefit of the nutritional benefit of pepper or chili. At least it enhances the taste of not the taste, the spice, right? So we all know that it is, if you cook any food without pepper, I don't know how that food is gonna taste, but we use it. It helps your sinuses. It helps if you have stuffy nose, for instance, and you have pepper, especially this habanero pepper is very spicy, right? You see yourself, your nose is like leaking. You start having some running nose, and that is because it's really helping clearing your sinuses, right? Onion does the same thing, very rich in iron, right? And the seasoning cube is just for the taste. It enhances the taste of your food, as long as you don't go crazy on it, right? So another one is ogiri. I have two types. I have the ogiri ope. I'm gonna show you. I have the ogiri ope. Some people like to use it, right? And some people like to use the ogiri isi. When we start making the Isi Ewu, I will bring it out to show you the consistency. I'm not gonna touch it right now. So we have, you can use, I'm gonna use the ogiri ope for this recipe. I'm not using the ogiri isi. Some people like it, right? Because it tastes so good. It's local. It's, gives your soup or whatever your recipe a very unique taste. If you're Igbo, you understand what ogiri is and what it does to your food. And then when we are done making it, I know I'm jumping some ingredients, but I have these ones together. That's why I'm going, with this. This is utazi. Utazi is bitter West African leaf. Utazi has a bitter taste, right? So when you cook your Isiewu, abacha, or anything that you're making, and you add even your pepper soup, be it catfish pepper soup, goat meat pepper soup, any type of pepper soup, you add this bitter leaf in it. It's not bitter leaf like the ndole. This is utazi. Utazi is rich in, it's vegetable, so you know the nutritional value or nutritional benefit of any vegetable, but this one is unique. It helps your stomach. It is very rich in iron, calcium, and a whole lot. And if you have stomach upset, utazi is one of the things that, vegetables that help that. All right. This is oba or a bean. So my oba is chopped the mbise way. Is sliced, tiny. This is the mbise way. The my part of Igbo, we slice it big, but this is the real oba. If you want to eat oba, this is the way it is made. It is rich in protein and a lot of iron. This is oba. You can't do any Isiewu or nkwobi or abacha without using oba. It is very rich. So I'm going to put this oba there. And then this is ehuru. I put it in my frying pan because I'm going to fry it a little bit, like toast it. A little roasting so that it will bring out the aroma. This is ehuru. They call it African nutmeg, right? This is African nutmeg. It's very good for the taste, and it is antioxidant, anti-inflammatory. When a woman gives birth, for instance, they make pepper soup for the person. This must be there. Ehuru is one of the ingredients that you must find in pepper soup. And sorry, I don't know why I'm not writing this. So they go ahead. Secondly, oba that I have introduced already, and we have the ehuru, African nutmeg, and then we have, like I showed you now, habanero. We have the habanero peppers or any pepper of your choice. Okay, and I also showed you onion, chopped or anyhow you want it, mashed. And we have utazi leaf. We have ogiri, opei or ogirisi, whichever one you want. We also have the seasoning cubes, the seasonings. Whereby we have the salt and the other cubes, right? It could be any seasoning cube. All right. The next is, I want to show you this. The next is potash. Akang. In Igbo, it is called akang, right? It's the potash. And potash, we all know, is rich in calcium. It's a mineral, it's a natural mineral. But I had to soak and sieve this one so that I'll be using the liquid. But this is how it comes in its natural form. I just did this. And for some people who may not like, who are allergic to akang or who may not like to use potash, this is a local alternative or a healthier alternative. Some people complain that, you know, for the reason of, you know, health reasons, they don't want to use akang because it affects the heart or whatever. So we have this native alternative for you. This is ungo. We make our ungo with this. It's ntu, right? Dust. And this dust is gotten from palm produce, like the palm, when you get your palm fruits, all the things that you need to throw away. I don't know how to call that, but I'll say it in Igbo. So, from where you pluck your palm nuts, right? So instead of throwing that away, you burn it. And when you burn it, you get the ash. And so I also soaked it, sieved it, so that I'll be able to use it. So this is ready for my use. And this is the raw material. So that is ngo. So I'm going to write here. I hope you see in here too. I'm going to write number 9. Potash. It is called akawa. We call it akam, so different dialects, right? Akam, akam or ntu. That's the dust. You can use either of them, but in this video, in this class, I'm going to use both. And the reason is that I want to use a little bit of akam and a little bit of the other one, the ntu. The reason for using a little bit of each one is I don't want to use too much of the akam, right? And I also don't want to use a lot of the ngo, the ntu, because if you use that, your ungo becomes the paste becomes so thick and dark. It becomes so dark and thick. So I don't want that, okay? So I'm using akam, both akam. And what was I thinking? I did not introduce the main thing I do my ungo with, and that is palm oil. I have a gallon of it. Let me show you. This is it. So I'm going to use a gallon. I'm going to use from this gallon, okay? This is palm oil. So you use your palm oil for a variety of things: porridge yam, porridge beans, porridge plantain. You cook your soup with it. We're going to use it today for the Isi Ewu, okay? You don't have any ungo without Isi Ewu, so you make your paste with the Isi Ewu or your sauce with the palm oil. All right, so here you have palm oil. What have I not introduced? Oh yeah, salt is there, remember? And I told you that I'm cooking my Isi Ewu right now. It's cooking already. I'm cooking it with salt, pepper, the seasoning, onion, okay? And let's get to action. We're going to be making the ungo, the sauce, while the goat meat is cooking, the goat head is cooking, okay? So let's go to the kitchen. Okay, so if you're just joining now, I want to go over the recipe one more time before I start making the ngo. We'll get the ngo ready for the Isi Ewu so that when the Isi Ewu is done, we'll start cooking, okay? So the recipe is Isi Ewu, goat head. So we're making goat head today, and here are the ingredients. In case you are not Igbo, in case you're not Nigerian, and you want to learn how to make Isi Ewu, you can get this down. You can copy all of this, okay? Copy the ingredients, copy the recipe, and so that when we are cooking, you'll be watching. Do you need me to give you time to copy the ingredients so that when we start making the sauce, you won't get distracted? All right, welcome everybody. If I'm not mentioning your name, that is not because I want to ignore you, but you know, so that for smooth running of our cooking. I see you joining. Chinemere, thank you for joining today, okay? I appreciate you. All right, thank you everyone that has joined. So once again, Isi Ewu is goat head. That is the Igbo name for goat head, and it's a recipe that the Igbo people are known for. If you go to occasions like traditional marriage, wedding, parties, even like normal dinner in Igbo land, you see they don't waste goat meat, goat head. They use it for this recipe, and it's very nutritious. And you can see that the ingredients that we listed here are very, very nutritious. They have health, you know, benefits, a lot of them. All right, so this is the main ingredient is the goat head itself. I showed that before, you know, I started cooking it. So it's cooking right now. The reason I didn't just cook it to bring is to show us the main thing, okay? So we have it, the goat's head. We have oba, which is oil bean seed. And you can't do anything, any of this recipe, nkwobi, Isiewu, abacha, without adding oba to it. It's very nutritious, like I said before. We have ehuru, African nutmeg, and I showed you that. We have habanero pepper, any pepper of your choice. You want dry one, you want fresh, you can use any one. We have onion, of course, it's always there. We have otazi leaf that you add at the end of when we're finished cooking. And then we have ogiri. You can choose ogiri opei or ogiri isi, the one that smells, right? And it is wonderful ingredients. And we have, you know, your seasoning can be salt or any seasoning cube like Knorr cube, onga, any type of seasoning that you want. You don't add curry, thyme, and all those. This is local food. This is local dish. So we don't go Western, okay? Potash, which is akang, or you use the local one, ntu. And we have palm oil for the sauce. So now I want to start making this, and I'm going to take this board away if you permit me. Okay, I'm taking the board away. I assume that we've all written down the recipe, and if the board is not disturbing us anyways, we can as well leave it and move the camera a little bit. Okay, just because we are making only one head, I'm going to use this pot. It is just a little sizable. We don't want to use a very big pot. Let me see. I want to make sure you are seeing what I'm cooking. All right, I'm going to start by adding the akam. This is the potash, okay, that I already mixed and sieved. So I'll add a little bit of it to my pan. I said I was going to use a little bit of each, so that way I don't have too much of, you know, And this is the ngo, the into from palm fruit. Just a little bit of it. So this is the quantity I have. Okay. Now the next thing to add is my oil. I want to shake my oil to make sure it's well mixed. I'm going to add this. I will stir it to see if I have, and you keep stirring until you get this orange color, okay? I don't know if you're seeing the inside of my pot, and that's what I really want you to do. I want you to see the inside of the pot. So I still need a little bit of oil. I want to show you the oil and the consistency. See? So I see that it has, it looks more palm oil than the ngo. So I'm going to add a camel to lighten it a little bit. Alright, because I'm going to be touching some of the ingredients right now, I'm going to put on gloves. Until I get my desired color and consistency. But I would say if you're making this, just go by 1 cup of, half cup of the ngo that you mixed, and then half cup of palm oil. Now I am adding my oba. I showed you earlier, right? You stir. I'm going to, my pepper has been washed, and because I already cooked the goat head with pepper, I'm not going to add too much. So I'm going to crush. We're going local, right? So I'm pounding I'm not blending. I am pounding my pepper. You're not seeing that, right? You're not seeing me? Okay. I also want to pound my onion the same way I did the pepper. It's hot. If you have this in your kitchen, it's an asset. Try to pound your ingredients. Don't go blending it all the time. But if you're in a haste, you can blend. I'm going to make it rough. I don't want to make it very sweet. This is my crushed onion and pepper. I don't want to make it smooth, okay? So I add it here. Before I add my ehuru, I'm going to toast it a little bit. That way you bring out the flavor or the aroma. While I am toasting that on the stove top, I want to crush my seasoning cube. And because I've already cooked, cooking the goat meat with some already, I'll just put a little bit. I'm doing 1 cube, but I might not put it. I'll just add according to my taste, right? Add to taste. Crush it. So I have this little one, and I have the big one. I'm going to get it out. I'm not adding it right now because I want to add all the local ingredients before I add my seasoning and the salt. So I'm going to crush my ehuru here. Ooh, you see it has toasted. You can see a little burnt. See, it is a little burnt. All right, so now I am going to crush it. Okay, so the next thing I'll add is my crushed ehuru. It's been crushed, and I just add salad. I just add half a teaspoon so that it wouldn't be too much. I didn't feel it. Half a teaspoon of ehuru. And then next I'm going to crush my ogiri. Remember, I've not added any salt or Maggi. Okay, now I want to crush my ogiri. I'm doing just 2 of this. And I'm going to add it all to my Isiewu, to the ungo. Sorry. I'm adding this to the ungo. I'm gonna taste this, okay? But yeah, before I add my salt, because some of these ingredients, can also have some taste, so we don't want to overdo it. Okay, now that tells me how much I can add. I'm just gonna add this half teaspoon of the crushed Maggi or crushed Maggi crayfish. And I'm just doing this tiny bit because I still cooked my Isi Ewu with seasoning, so I don't want to make it too salty. And then same with the salt, half teaspoon. And instead, look at how it looks. This is my sauce. Let's check on the Isiewu. I just have 6 minutes remaining. I want to get this place ready for me to debone it. I'm going to debone it right here, okay? I'll put things aside and get ready to debone. I'm gonna wash my otazi. See, it comes in this package, so I need to wash it, okay, and get it ready, because very soon we're gonna debone the goat meat and we'll start cooking. Okay, putting things away. And getting ready to debone. Oh yeah, our Isiewu is done. Now it is done. So I'm letting out the, okay, this is the pressure cook. It is done, and I'm letting out the steam. If the steam is all let out, then I can open it and start cutting it. All right, looks like it's all done. And here you go. Is our Isiewu all done. This is it. All right, can you see my Isiewu? Ooh, that's the Isiewu. We're going to debone today, okay? I'm gonna wash my hands again, and then I'm putting on gloves, and it's hot. We're gonna start deboning now. Okay. Here you go. I'm gonna debone it section by section. It's all done. Cutting off the ear. Ooh. I want to, have a biteable size. Look at the size I'm doing. Look at. If you choose to cut your Isi Ewu before cooking it, it's also good. I just did this for this video, okay? If you don't want to go through this, you can cut it before cooking. I just wanted to show you whole Isi Ewu, especially for those of us who are not Igbo, who want to learn how to make it. If I had cut everything, maybe they wouldn't, have known it is goat head. Could be any other meat. Man, this is hot. So this is how Usekwu makes her own Isi Ewu. You might have a different, another method, but just try Usekwu's method, okay? And tell me how you went whenever you do it. Okay. So this is coming off because it's done, right? If it is not done, you won't be able to get it out, out of the bone. Okay. Okay. Yep, this is out also. This is the jaw. Sometimes it can be challenging to debone this part. I got it all out. Some people like to get the brain, okay? And we can do that. It's just a matter of cutting this. Okay, I went to get my Obonga butcher knife for me to be able to get the brain. Good. If I had cut this before cooking, I wouldn't be bothering about breaking the hair right now. But you do whatever works for you, okay? I'm getting part of the brain. Good. We're going to take some of the brain. It's gonna help thicken the, yep. Yep, I got some of the bread and I'm gonna add it here, and it is well cooked. I don't like the eye. I don't know, some people like it. I'm not gonna add it to this. Okay. Okay. Now I got the Isiewu deboned, and I'm going to add to this, to my sauce. This is Isi Ewu. If you are salivating there, please, I need you to be tapping your screen just to show me that you like what you see. Isiewu is ready. But one more thing, I would like us to put it on the stove top, and when you do that, it's gonna help the oil. All right, so I'm gonna do that right now. I'm taking the camera closer to my stove to see that is where we're gonna be finishing up. Okay. Good. Okay, so I'm just doing this to let it simmer, and I'll do it for just a very short period, like 2 minutes, and it will be ready. Alright, just give it a little time. Oh, yep. Our delicious, creamy, and sumptuous Isiewu is done. Oh yeah, go kwa. But like I said before, I'm going to taste it now. It is tasty, it is spicy, and I love it. I'm gonna turn off the stove, okay? And it's done. See how creamy it is. Don't make your Isiewu dry. This is the beauty of your Isiewu. You just need to make it yummy. So if you are Igbo, you can make this for your parents, right? Tell them welcome when they come back from work. If you are married to an Igbo man, give him this. This is his heritage. All right. Okay. Right, I'm going to put the otaze leaves. Put the onion. And my red habanero can as well. I told you can use any color, you can use any type. This is my red. I'll use it to enjoy this. The Isiewu is ready. Ooh. The Isiewu is ready. Look. Yummy. Okay. Can you see that there? Yeah, this is Isiewu. So Isiewu recipe. If you're just joining now, I wrote the ingredients on the board. As a teacher, that's the best way for me to teach, right? I mentioned last week, when I was introducing this class, that I'll be teaching because I'm a teacher and I'm a nurse and I'm a cook, right? So I want to teach my class, my cooking class, with everything, like writing on the board for people to understand what I'm teaching and be able to take notes in case they want to try the recipe at home. Right, so this is my Isiewu, my locally made Isiewu, made from Usekwu kitchen. Thank you all who joined today. Thank you for those that stayed back to watch until the end of the cooking. Right. All right, we'll see you again on Sunday. Next Sunday, 12 noon, Mountain Time, 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. All right, thank you. All right, bye. I'll see you again, okay? Bye-bye. It was nice cooking with you. Hope to see you again on Sunday. All right.